Hey YouTube, Gecko Guy here. I'm just going to give my first initial thoughts on the Himoto Barren Buggy. Disclaimer, this is not the review, not the review, not the review. This is just what I think so far at the time of this video. So honestly, it looks great, like really fantastic. I think the body is really nice. It's got a really interesting roll cage. I'll browse around. Maybe you can get like a clear body for yourself and kind of do like a more scale looking desert buggy. Although you could probably just paint over this. Maybe not. It probably wouldn't do very well. You know, this leaves a lot of potential here to like add in your own little LEDs here. And you know, you can mount the this is for the antenna, but I have mine mounted under here. What I decided to do is take that little dummy off, or dummy driver or whatever. I took that off so I could fit in my Mobius action camera. And you know, this is how I film and drive. I just Velcro my to the bottom of my transmitter. And a lot of people say, oh, you don't know how to jump, or you don't know how to keep the camera in frame. Well, you know, I do all my own filming, I do my own driving, I do my own jumps. It's very hard to get in frame. It's very hard to look at my viewfinder, make sure I'm pointing it at the buggy or any RC in general. And I realize that I'm not the world's best jumper because, you know, I'm still kind of inexperienced and I don't have really nice ramps as of right now. So another thing to take in consideration is those Durtrax quick ramps. They like to flex a lot, so I may be hitting it just right, but it'll bounce and then it just changes the pattern. So this is how I mounted my Mobius action camera in there. Just kind of stuck it in like that. Like I kind of cut away this little thing right here, where it was supposed to be like he was driving a steering wheel, and then I kind of mounted it, well actually I mounted it in like this, and to make it look like it's coming out the passenger side, and then I took a big big zip tie and put it through this hole and kind of wrapped it around, and that's how I did my first running video. So right off the bat, like I retuned it to 100 weight oil, so feels a little stiffer. I may go into 1,000 weight CST or whatever as like differential fluid. Generally you want to do that with these lower end RCs to thicken it up, because with the shocks that they have in there, they've got like a really big like hole that cycles through the oil, and you know, need something to stiffen it up. So it's got the mini Molex connectors. You know, it's not the greatest connector. We all have our preferences, Dean's, EC5 or whatever. Traxxas connectors, I'm going back to Dean's. The Vega Power LiPo 1500 mAh. Yeah, it's a 1500 mAh 7.4 volt burst, or 25C 40C burst. I may switch these connectors right over to Dean's, just get some better current flow going. And you know, there's you can buy these LiPos online or through Atomic or whoever, but they're kind of expensive. I'll leave a link in the description below where you can find some cheaper battery alternatives. I love to go to valuehobby.com. I think for the LiPos that you get and how low price they are, it's great. They're stationed in Illinois, and I live here in Wisconsin, so it takes just a couple of days for me to get mine, maybe 3 or 4 at the most. So it's pretty small LiPo. It's decent for what it is. I mean, it gets you going. For being an RTR kit coming with the LiPo, that's huge. I don't use my stock charger. I have my own charger. I'm still running the Thunder Power AC6 charger, and you know, that charger, it's just fine for what I do. I mean, I'm not too big into like dual charging and charging like 2 batteries at once. You can do parallel charging. And you know, I don't really see the need to upgrade my charger right now. I mean, it does just fine with what I want it to do. But getting back to the buggy here, you know, the tires, I will go right into the tires. These tires, the tread looks nice, like it's a nice scale looking design. However, it's got very, 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 very poor traction. Like, I kid you not, if you get a lot of speed and you turn the wheel left or right slightly, you spin out and you lose all your momentum, and then if you jam on the throttle again, that's going to hurt your driveline majorly. Another thing to point out is there's no bumper. Like, it just takes a lot of impacts and crashes there, and you know, you can probably like grind away that stock screw. Alright, so I'll just kind of wrap it up here. I had to do a cut shot because people came in the door, and you know, I live with the family of 4, so sometimes I can't get every shot right. Oh, and I also sheared this right off where it holds the body clip, and it can actually take like those 10th scale Snappy RC body clips. I absolutely love using the Snappy RC body clips, and I recommend you guys get some too for 10th scales and minis. I'll post a link in the description below. They also have it for micros. It's pretty interesting, and for the price and the amount you get, you just can't beat it. So, comment, like, and subscribe, and I hope you guys come back for the review.